The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions of WBGR Network.
Hey everyone, welcome to I Am the CEO Show. I am your co-host, Eric Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator. And today, I am joined by my co-host, none other than the lovely, talented, the doctor herself, Miss Meri Robinson, Dr. Meri Robinson. Dr. Robinson, you want to say hello to everyone?
Hi everybody, how are you?
So, Dr. Robinson, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank
First,
you.
I want to say thank you for being on the show.
My pleasure.
So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all going to get a chance to understand and get to know who Dr. Robinson is. You see it right here, Dr. Meri Robinson. She's an education and business leader. Yes, you are. So, Dr. Robinson, not only are you an education and business leader, let's figure this out. Who is Dr. Meri? Because people always want to know. And a lot of times I talk about you and I reference you, and some people don't get a chance to see you because of what you do. You're traveling the country, you do a lot of things, and I don't want to talk all about you, but who is Dr. Meri? When somebody says Dr. Meri, who is Dr. Meri?
Well, Dr. Meri is a Christian first and foremost.
Okay.
Wife, secondly. We've been married.
I thank God for that.
Yes, we've been married coming up on our 26th anniversary in July.
26 years.
Yes,
Woo.
yes. And then we have 3 beautiful children, so I'm a mother as well.
Okay.
And then my full-time position, I'm a supervisor of digital learning in our local school system.
Okay.
I'm also an author. A latest project that I'm very excited about is integrating some education, additional education or application to the book that you and Jock and James are written, the 9 Things book.
9 Things Money Can't Buy. That book is coming out in September. 9 Things Money Can't Buy, coming out in September. Now, you said you put some additional education to it.
Yes.
What did you mean? What do you mean by that for those out there watching?
Well, you guys, the whole book is educational.
Okay.
But each chapter is focused on one of those things. And I put applications, so actually assignments for the reader to go and actually try out and build that muscle of whatever thing we're talking about in each chapter.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. So, building the muscles, I noticed you went through, and when you put this thing together, those chapters, were you looking at it from a business perspective, education perspective? Because you bring a little different dynamics because you are an entrepreneur and you're an educator. And how has that enabled you just in this book, just specifically in this book, how did that enable you to go through this chapter and put these activities, if you will? What was your thought process behind that?
So that's good. I integrated both that business and that education in between. I had, I was thinking of the reader as a brand new entrepreneur. So someone just getting started in this realm. And what skills would they need to build the muscle? I don't want to give away the 9 things yet.
No, we ain't giving it away. You want to buy that.
Right. So, but what are those
requisites?
Yes, those prerequisite skills that are needed in order to be successful and to have those 9 things that you're talking about. So I really wanted them to be able to walk through that process.
Okay.
Because all of the 9 things that you guys identified are muscles, basically.
Okay.
And sometimes when bodybuilding, you got to break down that muscle first in order to strengthen it back up.
Now let's talk about this, because some people out there watching talking about, it's not a muscle. When you say muscles, see, because I know you're an educator, and for you, in your world, I know what muscles means. But to those who don't understand, when you say muscle, are you talking about like the biceps, like?
Yeah. Indeed.
Y'all see the indeed. Y'all see that? Now, you talking about that type of muscles? I've been working out, y'all. I'm sorry. So you talking about that type of muscles? Or what kind of muscles are you talking about when we say muscles?
And when I say muscles, I'm using muscles as a symbolically.
Okay.
So yes, can I give them a sneak peek? Can we talk about at least one of those things?
While you do that, I'm gonna share this, and I'm gonna act like I'm gonna go off business mode. So I'm just gonna share while you talk about the little sneak peek, because I don't want to give no nothing. But go ahead.
No, I won't give away that thing.
You're a co-author, so you have just as much right to do what you want to do. So I'm going to just share it while you're gonna give them a little sneak peek. Give them a little sneak peek. Tell them about the muscles.
Well, so I won't give you so much sneak peek, but one of the things is time. Okay. And just time is something that you can't maximize, you can't manage it. So but you can manage your activities. So one of the activities that we do is basically tracking what you do every day. And then the reader goes through and just actually processes and look over, analyze for themselves what their activities are that they do, so that they're able to nix out those non-producing activities. Does that make sense? So we're reflecting on what we're doing, on our practice, and then we're actually being doctors to ourselves.
Man, see, I'm cringing because you over there dropping more knowledge I wanted to drop. I'm like, okay, just stay focused.
That's what you get when
sharing.
You invite me. I'm sorry.
You're sharing, keep sharing. Because you did say I'm a Christian first, and so she likes to give. I'm like, that's that Christian in you. Lord, shut her up. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, I'm over here sharing, but I'm like, listen, you giving out too much. But anyway, it's New Year, so we want to give people.
Yes.
So that is one of the things. I like that, and the way you gave that information and you shared that. I think that's big. I think that's a big piece. So this book is going to be a little bit different, having what you do. Now let's talk about Dr. Meri, the educator. So what gives you the authority or to say, hey, I'm implementing this type of thing? I mean, what's your background to say, hey, what made, you know what I'm saying? Because I know your background. Those people may not know your background. Walk them through a little bit of your educational background in terms of expertise of what you're sharing.
Educational background, well,
I can continue sharing while you're doing that. This is going to be another one.
Well, I've taught several years in different environments, public schools, private schools. I've been in an office, our Title I office, and service needy students, needy schools for several years, and that's where my heart is for those students who might not have resources and need additional resources. Okay.
Now, I was talking about more your educational background. What gives you the authority of education? Not your work career.
Well.
Yeah.
The experience gives me the authority too.
Okay.
So it's coupled with my many years. I've been in education for going on almost 24 years now.
Okay.
So that experience is just as important as the doctorate degree that I had.
Walk me through your education, Meri. You still avoid
master's degree.
Walk me through your education. I asked you, what's your educational background?
My
your experience. That's his work experience. Give them your education. What is your educational background, Dr. Meri?
So my educational background, I have a bachelor's degree in early childhood education. Okay. So that's from birth. That extends from birth until third grade. Okay. Okay. Then I also have my master's is in information technology, and so that's like totally separate. Okay. But I like the technology piece, so I can code. I can.
So now we're talking. So you got a master's in that information technology. Yes. So now we're talking.
Yes.
So
yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that brings in that technology piece, and I mesh that in the education as well. And then my doctorate is in educational leadership.
Okay.
So looking at systems and education and getting them to work and thrive for the achievement.
So your background and stuff. The reason I'm asking that because when you're looking at this book, 9 Things, and we want to talk about business, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go nowhere. But this book, it has to deal with you're able to take systems and processes and then see what's missing because you do have a hefty experience as an entrepreneur. We're going to get to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go nowhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go nowhere. Right after this, we're going to get into this New Year's Eve 2020, talking about love and married and business. Married to the Business, right after this, with Dr. Meri Robinson.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome back to I Am the CEO Show. I am your co-host Eric Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator, and today I'm joined by my co-host, none other than
Meri Robinson.
Dr. Meri Robinson herself. Dr. Robinson, welcome to the show.
Thank
For those
you.
who just tuning in, Dr. Robinson, you're an educational leader and a business leader, and we want to talk about business. We got a lot of entrepreneurs who are watching our show, and we want to talk about women in business. Now, for those who don't know, this is something me and you have a debate on.
Yes, we do.
We have a debate on this part right here. So let's and I want your viewers to understand. So what has been our conflict with this topic right here? Because you didn't want this topic.
I didn't. I really didn't want it. But when you pointed out, you made very good sense about...
I always make good sense.
Yes. About how a lot of decision makers are men.
Okay.
And sometimes that woman's voice is lost.
Okay.
In the flow. So there is a difference with women in business.
So what was your reservation though? Why was you like so opposed to it when I brought the topic up?
That's a good question. I really don't know why. Do you remember why?
Oh, now she don't know why, y'all. Now she don't know why. See, this is so typical. Now, this is we never, let's set the record straight. We never really addressed.
What?
Okay, let's make sure it's there. We never really addressed. You talked about you've been married for 25 years, going on 26 years. We never talked about you actually been married to me.
Yes.
So we just assume everybody knows that you've been married to me, right?
Okay. When you did the introduction, I thought you said my wife.
No, I just said Dr. Meri Robinson.
Okay.
I gave you the respect you was due.
Yes.
So
you are my husband.
okay. So I do know why, because you were saying, nah, I don't like women in business. You didn't like the term women in business because you think aren't women
The separation.
the separation.
Yeah. Well, why? I feel like women should have a equal level at the playing field.
Okay.
You know, and I feel like our voice should be at the table. So putting us in this quote, women, making us separate, creating that separation, I feel like saying that creates a barrier and a separation versus us naturally being at the table.
So now here's the thing. Now that you said you had a chance to reflect, what is it that you made you say, hey, you know what? I may be okay after we had to point out. And I'm talking, ladies and gentlemen, she was like really going to blows. Okay? Like, you talking about fighting, she hit me.
I didn't hit you over this.
Oh, you hit me over this. I may say something to make you hit me, but you hit me. So what's
it's a love tap.
Yeah, you tell my ribs it was a love tap. Anyway, so what made you though? What made you trying to change your mind? Because I don't think my argument was that great. But I mean, what is
well,
it?
when you pointed out that, because we were talking about home-based businesses at the time, and you pointed out that, you know, just from the corporate lens, you showed out that there was several businesses ran by their CEOs were men at the top of it. And then you showed even the leaders in those different organizations, the majority of them were men. Okay. You know, so where is however, there are more women joining the businesses, looking for those small businesses and stay-at-home businesses. The majority of the representatives were women. Yeah. But the people making the decisions were men.
Yeah. You know, hold on, I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all can hear, but our studio, there's a music group next door to us, and they doing a sound check, and I don't know what in the world they saying. I know it's New Year's, but I can't figure out what they're saying, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to do the show as professional as I can. This is the last show of the year, and this is your first time on it.
Yeah.
So you're right, but home-based business, you know, women make up 73.5, according to one story in 2017. Women make up, that's according to Direct Sales Association. They said women make up 73.5% of the businesses. And like you said, I was sharing with you, most of those companies are run by men. So with that being said, your position, you was telling me, you said, Eric, what's your feeling with the home-based business for women out there? Because you kind of felt this is our time, this is our playing field. So to the women who are looking out there, go back one slide. We want to stay with women in business. Go back one more slide for us. So what's your advice to the home-based business for the women in business with the home-based industry, though?
That is the perfect business for them. It's really the perfect business for you. There's no filling on it. Take it serious that this is your business. You are the decision maker. You are the one making decisions. You know best. Women have an intuition that we need to trust and we need to run with it. So this is your opportunity in a home-based business to put feet to that intuition.
So I want to ask you a question, because I know in our organization, we have an organization and we have a couple of thousands, and we've done that several times. I'm not saying we got the greatest, but you have been real instrumental in the forefront. When you talk to the women, what's one of the barriers or blocks to hold some of the women back from stepping out? I mean,
to getting out of their comfort zone. But I think with that, I think that's men as well. Okay. I don't think that's just a women thing. Okay. Lately, it's been they hide behind "I'm too busy," and when I say they, that's everybody, men and women.
So you think "I'm too busy" is an excuse?
Oh, definitely. It's an excuse, but it's also a skill learning how to incorporate your business into your life.
Oh, so you're getting ahead of me. Next slide. See, that's what happens when you do the doctor. Give us the next slide real quick. I want to talk about this. Working a job while running a business. You have worked. I watch you launch major projects in the school system for, that has won a lot of awards and gained some national attention. I mean, one project you launched, even President Barack Obama came to visit one of your schools because of the thing that you launched. Yeah. So I watched you do that and still grow your business at the same time. And then you're still going back to school, getting your doctorate degree at the same time. Yeah. And you graduated one of them cum laude things. I don't know the difference, but it was a lot of laudes, right?
A lot of laudes, yes.
So let's talk about that. Working a job and running a business. How do you do that?
I change my conversation.
Okay.
And then I also listen. I listen for people to complain. And whatever they're complaining about, my business, I make it their solution. So I really try to, and I think that's the educator in me, because getting to know people, connecting with them, and then our solution, making that our solution fit into their lifestyle. You know, and I think everybody feels that they're different.
Okay.
But there's only a couple of different hurdles that you need to know how to overcome.
Okay.
And time is one of those. Being
so that goes back to the
too
book.
busy.
9 Things Money Can't Buy.
Does. It sure does.
If you get that book, it's really going. So I seen you use the things in this book, and I seen you use these principles. You know. So let me ask you a question. Okay, now here's one I get all the time. You know, I'm busy. I'm working my job. You know, how do you feel? What's the mindset you have? Because I know you're at high level in the corporate situation, high level supervisor situation. How do you say I'm running my business and I'm starting from the beginning, but yet I'm up here in the corporate spot and I'm starting my business down here, and some people might not really respect my business? What are you saying to yourself for the viewers out there? Because some people have these professional positions, and then they want to do something extra, but their mind can't allow them to break free. What is that thought process that you go through?
That's a good question.
I know
that's a good question.
I don't ask no bad questions.
Just to let y'all know, he didn't give me no questions before, so he's making me really step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, you got to step out. 2020, you can't stay the same in 2019 as 2020. We got to step into your blessing, girl.
So really looking at reality, you know, what am I trying to hide? What am I know my bank account situation.
Yes, you do.
I know what I need.
Yeah, you do.
And so I really don't care how it might look to someone else. I know the gift that I have in my business and how it's able to serve the world. People need what I have.
Wow.
So it's my job, it's my responsibility to offer my service to them.
Wow.
If I'm not, I'm doing a disservice to them.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. So, do you view your business like this is an opportunity, this is a gift that I'm given, and if I don't do nothing, I'm not taking advantage of the same gifts and the skills, the talents that you have?
Yeah.
So, you're talented here. Do you view your business as is it just as equal talent in a different thing?
Yeah, because why would I waste my time with something that I didn't think was worthy of my time? You know?
Yeah.
When we're talking about talents, in the Bible, Jesus tells a parable about a master giving out talents to 3 of his servants. And 2 of those servants were able to double the talents.
Yep.
And he rewarded them for doubling them.
Okay.
But then the one servant that hid the talent and produced the same amount that was given to the master, he scolded them.
He said that wicked. He said, that's one of my favorite things. He said, "You knew that I reaped where I did not sow." And yet, you could, even anybody could have went and just put it. You could have gave it to the banker and got some interest.
Yeah.
But you come back and give me what I already got. So, do you take that principle when you're given opportunities? Do you look at that the same way?
I do, and I use that scripture and draw on that for energy when the times do get rough.
Okay, so the times get rough?
Especially in the home-based business, you got ups and downs. Let's take this. So in our real estate economy, right?
Yeah.
There's ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
But would you say those ups and downs are over periods of time? Or would you say like in a day you have ups and downs?
It's probably over periods of time.
Gradual, right?
Gradual. It doesn't
like
change in a day.
Years.
Yeah.
And you can follow and see that pattern, right?
Correct.
Other industries, it's the same way. But in home-based industries, you could have those ups and downs all in one day.
Ooh.
You know, so you have to have something outside.
Heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. You said that, Mary, because you're right. As I'm watching our real estate, and we've been real estate investors, so we watch the ups, right? And then we saw the downs.
Yeah.
But
we feel the downs.
We feel the downs. I don't know if we might be still feeling them. But anyway, but in this industry, I've seen people get excited. Yeah, I got somebody. I'm saying in the home-based business, you get excited, and then you can crash.
Yeah. Yep.
And that crash can be hard. That crash can knock somebody out of business.
Out of the business, off the block, just by somebody simply saying no.
Wow.
But if we realize that it's a book called Go for No that I recommend every home-based owner to get after you get the 9 things.
Get the 9 things first. That's the Bible.
But that go for no changes your mindset. When you get, because you're going to have no's. And if you get psyched up, they talk about like expect to get like so many no's in a day. Your job isn't done until you have like 15 no's.
Okay.
You know, so having that mindset and changing that your outlook, that hey, I can check off that. Let me go for my no. Let me get my next one. And you finally say yes.
Okay.
You know, so it's your expectations that really set your prepares you for those ups and downs.
So with that expectation, with that being said, when you're looking at home-based businesses, and you've had traditional businesses owner, so what was it that made you say home-based business is? I know Robert Kiyosaki calls it like the perfect business, but in your mind, what is it about a home-based business that really says this is good for me, and I've seen this can be good for a lot of other people if they really understood what that does?
Remember earlier we were talking about building the muscle?
Yeah.
I think home-based businesses really build your muscles. It builds your muscles with communication, your communication skills, because you're leading a team. Not only are you leading a team, you're selling a product. You're selling yourself. You're producing an energy that people will want to buy from you or not.
Okay.
And you know, you'll get at one point you'll get tired of the no's. Okay. So you'll be forced to look in the mirror and say, "Hey, what am I doing to project or receive all these no's?"
Okay.
You know, so what can I change? So it forces you to change yourself and to learn and to grow.
So you're saying in your mind you can grow, you can put an energy out there that says no. You can be a welcome nomad.
Oh, definitely, definitely. By your posture, by your excitement, by your attitude, your vibe that you're putting out there.
Okay.
You can create a wall around you that people don't want to be around.
So I hope some of y'all catching this, because I think sometimes, then Mary, because I know me and you, we're here together, we have a chance to balance each other out, and we're going to talk about that. What's our next segment? Okay, because I think I want to see something here. Yeah, we're going to jump to our next segment. We're going to jump to our next segment after we take this quick break here, because next segment we're going to talk about Meri to the game, Meri in the game, because I hope this is going to change somebody's life in 2020 if y'all catch this next segment. Even if you're not married, it's going to impact some of y'all's lives in your business. Right to this commercial.
From my experience, the ball goes flat for everyone, and many of these athletes aren't prepared.
The biggest thing for college athletes that I've seen and that I've experienced is really maintaining that scholarship. You know, there's no such thing as a 4-year scholarship. I never knew that before.
As far as the college process, it would be a benefit if coaches were able to educate me on the process. So that's something that I'm finding out that we're having to do on our own.
I wish there was an app that could walk me through the NCAA clearinghouse.
I find myself always wanting to rely on coaches. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to do it myself and help my son through his journey on the field and off the field.
When I was in school, it always felt like my parents were nagging me about my grades. I had the fastest track time in the district, so I just knew I was going to get a scholarship. When it didn't happen, I was devastated. Not only was my sports career over, but I was also not accepted into my college of choice.
If I had an app that would teach me about sports, I would love it.
Whether you like it or not, sports is a big part of our lives. In the U.S. alone, 36.2 million students grades K through 12 participated in sports for 2016. Did you know that high school participation has increased for 28 straight years? Youth athletics is now big business and is estimated to generate over $15 billion in 2017. The time and financial commitment to compete and succeed is greater than ever before. Unfortunately, 3 decades later, the same question remains. Why are so many athletes continuing to fail? Welcome to Smart Jock, the premier youth athletic company. At Smart Jock, our dedicated team has created the perfect blend of new technology, education, and real-life experiences to revolutionize the world of sports. Our company's mission is to make every athlete better. A few of our products and services include Smart Jock apps, Smart Jock IQ, Smart Jock workshops, Smart Jock online classes, and Smart Jock media. We need your help to bring this to life. So many families are in need of Smart Jock and they don't even know it. We can't do it without you, the fans, to give us that boost to get started. It's kind of like having the home field advantage. Your donations matter and every dollar makes a difference. To support our team, visit www.smartjock.net. That's www.smartjock.net. Remember, Smart Jock is not just a slogan, it's a way of life.
Bangy, very bangy.
Am I?
Hey everyone, welcome back to I Am the CEO Show. I am your co-host Eric Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator, and today I'm joined first time ever live on set by my lovely wife, Dr. Meri Robinson.
Hey. Hello, everybody.
Well, Dr. Meri, we're going to talk about this. Meri in the game.
Okay.
Let's talk about Meri in the game.
All right.
This is where we're going to be candid, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have permission to free speak? Do I have permission to speak freely to you?
Oh, Lordy. To you, the audience?
Just to me, it's just me and you. Ain't nobody. Ain't nobody watching. It's New Year's Eve. They all gone home.
Okay.
They at work working.
Sure.
All right, so we got to speak. Meri in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about, in this Meri in the game segment, I'm not even just talking about being married. Mm-hmm. It could be having a significant other, and it can be like really the commitment you may have outside of. We're going to talk about being married, but then the commitment you may have outside of your business in this game of in being an entrepreneur. How do you approach being committed to something outside of your business and working your business? Because it depends on what you got. Your business can draw you in and suck you in, and it can take away a lot of the relationships that you have outside. How do you manage that?
Definitely. It's funny because I was reading this morning an article by Damon Dash, about Damon Dash, and he was saying that work and life balance, like he's missed so many years of his children's life because he was so focused on his business and building.
Okay.
So that is definitely a struggle that needs, you just need to be cognizant of it. Okay. And I think your calendar, putting stuff in your calendar, scheduling intentional times with your significant other, because you need additional time outside of the business, because the business, when you're in that business frame, it's all about the work, it's all about business. So you do need that time, even though we work together, we still need that time to go out and say, hey, let's just be us.
Let's talk about being us. Because yesterday, just a really good example. Yesterday,
what happened yesterday? Oh, Lord.
Yesterday, we was going to the movies. We're in the parking lot at the movie theater, right? And you was like, call so-and-so. So we call so-and-so and we driving to the movie theater. And then we're sitting in the parking lot on way to take my wife on a movie date. And we're sitting in the parking lot, and all of a sudden, the person on the other line said something.
Yes.
And we're like, we're on our way over your house. And it's like, we're on our way. Now, this is like 9 o'clock, 8:30 at night. And we're like, we're on your way over your house, acting like we're right around the corner from it. now we're stalling to trying to get a little, we get back in the car. We sit in the car. We never got in the car yet. We're still on the phone with them. And we drive to their house to go sample them our product. So they can get a chance to experience our product.
Yes.
And so, how did you feel cutting the date short? Because we said we'll go to later movie.
Right, we did say that.
We said we'll go to later.
So, to give some more context, we were up against the deadline too. So there was some urgency.
Okay.
But it was cool because we're still working together. You know, so it was cool to work with you during that process. We've even had times when we were supposed to be going on a date and we've had to split up and go and do 2 different presentations. I remember years and years ago we were selling video phones and we had to spend.
Blast from the past.
Yes, that is. But it was our birthday and our anniversary is on the same day.
Yes, she married me on my birthday, which happens to be her birthday. So we had a birthday and anniversary same day. So that one day
that's like our only day for the year.
Yeah.
And I think that time we had 2 different presentations. Were we in the same state?
I don't think we was in the same state.
Right, we weren't even in the same state. But we turned that, and we ended up video phoning each other from the 2 different states to demo the product, to build the business, but then also to make that connection too. So we really figure out how to, because our business is really building our future. Our business is affecting our children. Our business is affecting our family. I think that's why we see a bigger why.
Okay.
That motivates and drives us to make those.
But now I'm wondering, see, I'm looking. Do you? How it's like? When do you see the picture? Because we've been business for a while. Because let me just give y'all the end of the story. Last night, she went to the house. We did the presentation, and everything. So we're like, okay, we can still catch the next movie, the 10:30 movie.
Right.
And so you was like, hey, I got to get something to eat. But while I was leaving that other person's house, I got another phone call for another prospect. So now I'm on the phone. She's like, Eric, get off the phone. I got 2 more people got to call, and you got to hurry wrap that thing up. Like, she's getting started, right? He's like, no, wrap it up. And then, so we got wrapped up and everything, and we missed the second movie.
Right.
And we missed the second movie. We came home, so I'm coming home and crash. And yes, 11 o'clock, finally got home. I'm just going to crash. He's like, come on, we need to do this. We need 2 more calls. We got to do this. We got to do this. And I'm like, man, will you leave me alone? and I'm saying it because if you go into our bedroom, our bedroom used to have, I just recently took it down, but our bedroom had the little sticky, the little post-it note, the little sticky, all around the bedroom, names of people, dates, things you got to do. It's like our bedroom is a war room. Our living room is a war room. Like, how do you? I know we're wired together, but somebody else might not be wired together. Now, kids. Let me go back to this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hogging the call. So let's talk about our kids, because while we was out doing this, we also have a 10-year-old. We also have children who wasn't there at the time. How do you, as a parent, say, you know, I'm trying to build for my future, but I'm leaving my child home. Somebody's watching my child. Do you get torn as that as a mom?
Definitely. You want me to expound on that?
Yeah. Talk to me. I want to know how you feel.
Yeah, I do.
Sometimes the kids may think we like, oh, mom and dad don't care about us.
No.
I don't know.
No, we do sit down and have family meetings and talk to our children about what we're doing. So much to the fact that they're advocates and they're actively referring their friends' parents to us and actively taking part in it. And even sometimes reminding us, hey, what about the business? Have you done this and this and this? So they're an active part in the business.
Okay.
But yeah, it is time away from them. But again, our why is focused all around them. And our why is enough to push us to spend that time away so that in a greater future we can have more time
So let's
together.
talk about, now, we're having some success. But when you're business, when you're not having that success, and you see people who are not having success, and you're pushing, you're working, you're pushing, you're working, you're pushing, you're working, but the money's not coming in, and it seems like the money's not lining up to the efforts, how do you keep going past that? When do you say enough is enough? How do you keep going past that, though? How do you keep saying, hey, honey, keep going out there and working, keep building your business, keep going, doing this, and we're doing this for the kids, but the money's not lining up there? How do you know when to quit? Because some people are saying, like, you know what, I just need to go work and get a part-time job. I don't want to work my business. You know, I can go make more money driving for one of these rideshare companies instead of working my business.
So let me ask you this. Can you do both? Is it something, why do you have to put down or shut down your business? Isn't that something that you have the flexibility to come back and to pick up and to continue to work?
You know, that's a good point, Mary. 2020, I hope people catch this one. You just said that. I think you can. I think a lot of times people think it's an either or. It's like a zero-sum game. Like, it's either yes or no. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you can, when you see most successful people, entrepreneurs, they may have multiple things. You're like, how do they do it? Because you can have 2% here.
Yeah.
You can have 3% from here. You can have 4% from here. In investment, they talk about having diversifying your portfolio.
Yeah.
But in business, people always think like, I can't Eric, I don't want to start a business unless I can put my all into it. You ever heard somebody say that? Some of y'all saying that. I don't want to do that because I can't put my all into it. I'm a busy bee. So I can't put my all into it.
Right.
What's your philosophy behind that? You just mentioned that.
Yeah. I mean, just really strategically learn how to mix the two together. You know, just streamlining it all.
Okay.
Again, I said it earlier. You're listening to people complain, and then you're providing a solution to their complaint.
Okay.
I start to ask different key questions, to really sincerely get to know where the person is, and try to find out what their problem is. You know, so based off of what my product is, I ask them specific questions.
So I hear you saying, that's your recruiting, the recruiting Meri. Okay, that's the recruiting Dr. Meri. Y'all don't know, my Dr. Meri is it's all about the money. But that part I want to ask you is, how do you blend? What's your mindset of blending multiple things? Because see, some people think I got to go all in. I'm 100% soldier or I'm a nothing.
Yeah. So when you say things, are you talking about businesses and work
or anything, any kind of pieces of the puzzle? Let's talk about income opportunities.
Or
so pieces of the puzzle in your life. Because some people think I got to either be a mom, or I got to be a.
So I don't compartmentalize.
Okay.
And I know men probably do work more in compartments.
Okay.
So I just see it as a natural flow. I see my business as a part of my life, not separate from my life. So does that make sense?
So you're seeing see, you're right. See, guys tend to think we're this. If I'm a musician, I'm a drummer. I'm a football player. I'm a quarterback. And you see it as I'm a football player. Like I can play whatever position I want to play.
That quarterback is also a son.
He's also a son.
He's also a father.
A father.
He's also an uncle. Like he has other roles. He also likes doing other things for enjoyment. You know, so he could be a painter. You know what I mean?
And see, sometimes people want to box you in.
Right.
And we tend to feel special about guys, especially when we have that role. Like I'm this over here and I'm this over there. Like if I can be on top. So can you be on top over here, and can you also be a servant someplace else? You Dr. Meri.
Definitely.
See, some people think I always gotta be the chief. I always gotta be in charge. I gotta, you know.
Especially in home-based business, when you make yourself not the it, your business actually grows faster.
Break that down for me. That don't make sense.
Through third-party.
A three-way call?
Yeah, endorsements. Sorry, third-party endorsement. I don't have to know all the information. That's why I have my upline, my sponsor, my community of people who are also business owners that might be more seasoned than me, or we could have started at the same time, but I edify them as being an expert.
Okay.
So that when I introduce my girlfriend to the business, I can say, hey, I found a way to make some additional income.
Okay.
But I want you to see it just like I did. So then I put her in connection to the expert. So I don't have to be the it.
See, Dr. Meri, you give him some golden tips now. So now then, that's your home-based business. But now you have other businesses that you run. So some of these other businesses, do you have to be the it there over there too, though?
I don't have to be the it, but I feel like I'm the driving force.
So you're saying sometimes you can be the driving force. So you're able to be a driving force over here, and not the driving force over here. It doesn't hurt your feelings.
No. It's the outcome. What's the outcome that I want?
I don't know. What's the outcome do you want?
I would in the home base, when we're talking about the home base business, I'm either looking for a business partner or I'm looking for someone to buy my products.
Okay. See.
So the outcome, if the outcome that I want is for those two things, and I know that there's a system already in place, I'm going to follow that system. I don't have to be that system. I don't have to be the it.
Okay.
I don't have to be the expert.
Hopefully somebody got that. Married in the game. Married in the game. So let's talk about something. We're going to ask the producer to give a little extra time today for the New Year's. But let's talk about married in the game. Let's talk about this. Relationships and significant others, and then home-based business. Sometimes it's 73% women. 74% women. But I'm a guy. How do you let me go out and know I'm going to be around women? What keeps you, allowing you to let me go out and do what I'm going to do and be around a lot of women? Because I know a lot of women don't like that. I don't know if you like it.
I trust you. I trust you.
No, really?
Yeah. Yep. I trust you. That's all I got to say about it.
Put it back on me.
Yep.
Put it back on me. So there ain't no jealousies in there.
No, sir.
Now I've been using these products and getting fit. It used to jump, but now I gotta wiggle it. And make it forget to jump. So, but sometimes you put barriers. Sometimes you put blocks.
How's that?
I don't know. I just feel this. I just don't. It can't be that easy, is it, ladies and fellas? There's a block. There's something. Sometimes I be wondering, there's got to be something. So that's why I make sure I'm trustworthy, because I know you got something. I don't know if you got a low jack on my car and I don't know about it or something. So I just don't think it can be that.
I'm like you said, we got so much stuff going on that can't slow us down.
See, that's a good point.
I cannot worry about it.
Married in the game, ladies and gentlemen, you got to stay focused. You can't let certain things slow you down. Yeah, you got to understand what your outcome is.
Yep.
We're going to come back to it. I want to talk about this next topic real quick here. The lifepreneur. Let's give them a bonus track for this 2017. The lifepreneur.
I think that's what we've been really talking about.
I think we have. We really have been talking about that lifepreneur, blending life. And I think you do an excellent job of blending life and business, because, somehow you say you don't compartmentalize, but then I see you go over into your corporate world and you're over there, and people over there know you for who you are over there, right? You're an expert in what you're doing in your career. I know I'm not supposed to talk about this, but is there anything of Meri Robinson who's outside of the corporate world that makes Meri Robinson in the corporate world? I'm trying to be delicate, y'all. Y'all understand? Because somebody's working a job right now and they're out here doing the other thing. They're building a business. How much of who they are out here blends in who they are over here? Does it help over here, or you?
It helps. It helps greatly, because over here you actually grow. You're developing your muscles. You're developing yourself as an individual outside of that corporate environment, and so it can't help but to strengthen you as an individual in that corporate environment. The skills and techniques that you learn by building your business can't help but to affect that.
Okay, because I noticed, I was always wondered that, because I know I brought some of my corporate world, because I was having sales teams, and I brought some of that sales team building over here. And then I see some people now, I'm seeing them in the home-based business, or in any general business, whether it's an entrepreneur, and they're still working a job. I'm seeing them now look at the job a little bit different, and they say, oh wow, I've grown through these things. I understand the goal now. I realize I'm not just here to get a paycheck. Yeah. So I understand when it comes time to build a business, what it takes to build a business. I may have a different appreciation or respect, an outlet for the job now. Like, oh wow, okay, I see why this has to be here. I see why being on time makes a difference. I see why different things matter. I see why not just being expending, turn the lights off, make a difference. You know what I mean? Saving energy. So I'm looking at that job a little bit different when it's now I'm building my business.
Definitely.
Have you seen that in others? And I know you want to talk about yourself, but is that a component of it?
It is, and it's actually a different mindset shift in individuals. I can tell if a person actually is doing something on the side versus not. That job is their all in all. It's just a different different things get to the person who doesn't have anything going on outside as far as like building a business. They get a little bit more personal and attached to that job as well.
Okay.
Whereas individuals who that's not their life, it's like, okay, let's get the work done. And because I know that this is not my end all be all. Does that make sense? Like it's a whole different mindset.
And do you see that way? That can sometimes, that person sometimes can even become more productive now because they don't get caught up in the
petty stuff and yeah, and the politics even. I've seen people able now to maneuver through the politics.
Okay.
And grow from there and actually grow in their personal business, their job.
Okay.
From those skills that they've learned outside from building their businesses.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling y'all, some people that look at this home-based business things or being an entrepreneur is just one way. You know, we look at I want to be the next whoever, Oprah, Donald Trump. We see the Stephen Jobs or, Bill Gates. But then there's so much more in between that is so much growth as a person. 2020, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to not be the same in 2019. You got to be open to new opportunities. And going back to what we talked about earlier with the lifepreneur, it's like, if you are 100% of you, it's okay to be made up of 5% this, 2% that, 3% this. You don't just have to be 100% husband. Because most husbands are also maybe fathers, some of them. And some fathers are also brothers.
But they're 100% brother. They're 100% father. That's just their whole. That's just who they are.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I don't think we have to be 5% brother, 50% husband. I don't think we have to be cut down like that. I am an entrepreneur. Okay. I'm also a supervisor. I'm 100% supervisor. I'm also 100% mom.
Okay.
And being able to maximize that space where you are and recognize that you're pulling in all of those skills, I think is a great quality to have, and you have more to give to those people at that time.
So what I'm hearing you saying, be present where you are, maximize the space you're in.
Yeah.
You don't have to shut down a little bit. Maximize the space you're in.
Yeah.
I think us as human beings, we got more. I watch you operate. You make me realize I got so much more that I don't give. Like when you're in it, wherever you're in, you are in it. And I want to just share with this in 2020, you can help somebody fully understand this, because whatever you're engaged in, I try to disengage. Me and you, we don't. Just real quick, I want to close with this. Do you have to see eye to eye with your business partner or your significant other? Is it a must that you be on the same page?
No, sir. Not 100% of the time. No, really.
If you had to put a percentage on, what percentage of the time would you say we on the same page? Yeah, I called you out.
50-50.
50-50?
50-50.
50-50, we on the same page. 50-50, we not on the same page.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is 2020.
Okay.
2020. And right now I got the producers giving me the helicopter. But guess what we're going to have in this 2019? 2020. We ain't going to have no helicopters.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what that meant.
I don't know either.
I don't know what that meant. I just said something. It's the end of the year. I don't know. It's like no.
But with that said, we might not see eye to eye 100% of the time, but I think we do come and compromise. And sometimes it's okay for me to fall back, and sometimes it's okay for you to fall back. But I think we do have a way of the final product being on the same page.
It's the final product, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Set the goals. Make sure you're lined up. 2020, I want to say this is Eric Robinson coming to you live from I'm the CEO Show. And once again, I want to say thank you all for this year of being with us in 2019. May 2020 be a blessing to you. And one thing I've never done on set is kiss another lady. Kiss
Happy
anybody.
New Year!
Happy New Year! My first on-air kiss.